Okay, so let me just click on this one. Right, so so for today's lesson, since it's the first one for a lot of you, we just sort of play around with some shapes and things. We won't do too involved. There is a chat that you can talk to each other or talk to me in directly, or you can just talk to the group. I will have that open as well. So if you've got any questions that you want to ask, you can type them in the chat, or there is a raise hand button somewhere. I'm not sure where that is, but you can raise the hand and then I'll be able to see that, and then I can ask you to unmute and you can ask a question. Otherwise, put it in the chat. And if you've got any requests, you can put that in the chat as well. But so what we'll do is I'll draw some little things you can draw along with me, and then we'll like hold our pictures up. So you guys will hold your pictures up so I can see them and we can share and talk about them and things like that. Okay, so let's just start by drawing some simple shapes. And remember, don't press hard. Don't worry about getting a perfect line. Like I'm just going to draw a circle. So I'm not even touching the page. I'm already making circles. So I'm just sort of getting the feel of it in my hand, and then I'm going to touch the pencil to the paper. See that? Just scribbly. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you can darken it up a little, pressing a little bit harder to get the shape you want. It's like that. And like if I zoom in on that, you can see how messy that is. And if I really wanted to, I could erase away some of these messy lines. But we're just sketching, so it doesn't matter too much about it being clean and neat. Okay, so just do a circle. And then next to that circle, let's draw a square. So see how I did it in 4 lines? 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't try and draw it all in one go. Just sketch it around. And then lastly, we'll do a triangle as well. Doesn't matter where you draw them or how big they are. Actually, you don't want them too small because you want to draw some things on them. There we go. Nice and rough. 3 shapes. That's good, Marcus. Looks like a face already with 2 eyes and a nose. Yep, Jackson, that's pretty cool. Yeah, nice and rough. That's good. They don't have to be perfect. And anyone else there with their cameras off want to show? Amelia, Amy, Jasper, Emily, Eugene. Is it Eugene and Ethan, or just Eugene, Ethan? And oh, Jasper, there you are. And Leilani. Cool, Jasper. That's excellent. Nice and sketchy. You can leave your cameras on because then I can see you drawing. Or you can just turn them on to show your drawings. Up to you. Cool. That's it. Good job, Amy. That's what we want to see. Okay. Emily, that's good too. So I'm just going to come back to this circle. I'll zoom in a little bit. Work. Get that light going down there. All right. So let's just draw a bit of, you can see the shadow of my phone on there. Yeah. So try and move it over a bit. Get rid of that shadow. Nope, not going to work because my ring light's so big. So let's just draw, I was going to just say draw a face, but maybe we could turn it into something else. I'm just going to turn this around. So it's this way, just so I can draw a little bit more on it down here. Like what if I drew some rectangles? 2 rectangles on the bottom there. So they're sort of like legs and a body. And then maybe I'll draw like capital letter D. like that, a big D. That can be the head. Just so it's a little clearer, I'm going to rub out where these lines cross over. Just so you guys can see what I'm drawing. So we've got a big circle, 2 rectangles for legs, the letter D for a head. What about a back to front J? Can anyone guess what that is? You want to write it in the chat if you know what it is? What you think it's going to be? Or you can put your hand up. Hang on. Marcus, you want to unmute?
Elephant?
That's right. It's going to be an elephant. Is that what you're going to say, Joey? You're going to say elephant? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me put your hands down. I can do that. All right. So yeah, we can add a bit more detail now. We know what it's going to be. Maybe draw an eye, just another circle. And we need a big ear. So we could draw like the letter C, big C for an ear. And then I'll rub out. I'm going to rub out the back of that D. There we go. And then I want to thicken up the trunk. So I'm going to draw another J just next to it like that, and then join them together. And then I'll rub out that little line. That's really good, Amy. That's a very fat elephant. You could give it a little tail. You could even give some tusks. Eugene, that's good. You could draw some tusks sticking out the front. You draw 2 tusks. And you're probably going to see the other legs too. Oh, Jackson, that was good. So I'm just going to draw sort of a back to front L. And I'll just slightly shade it in, just to show that they're behind. And I'll do the same with the tusk. So there we have a little elephant. Amy, that's very hard to see, but yeah, I can tell it looks cool. Yeah, good, nice work. All right, has everyone else finished the elephant? You can either hold it up or just give me a thumbs up to the screen like that if you're finished. Yep, you finished? Okay, we'll move on. Jasper, are you finished? Yeah, okay. I can't hear you say yeah, but I saw you say yeah. Cool, I like that. All right, what shape should I do next? Maybe the square. The square, trying to think, what does that look like to me? I know. What if I drew another letter D, but back to front? So we have the curve at the back and the straight at the front. So this is going to be a big head, and this is going to be a small body. And then we'll draw one, 2 lines coming down. And then on the bottom of those lines, we'll draw like a little curve, like a C shape, I guess, and join it up. And they're going to be the feet, well, the front feet. And I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay. And then at the back here, I'm going to do another curve, like a big C shape. and another little round foot. You guys are not muted, there we go. All right, so I'm going to give it a little tail. You probably don't know what this is yet. You think you know, Jasper? Do you wanna unmute and tell me?
Dog.
It is a dog. Very good. Good job. Okay, I was going to turn it into like maybe a bulldog or something. So in the middle, a bit lower, I'm going to draw a round nose and a little shine on it, color the nose in. And then I'll draw two big circles for eyes. And you can draw some pupils as well, which is more circles. And you can put a highlight in it, which is another circle, color it in. So you have circle, circle, circle. I'm not coloring it in perfectly yet, I'm just sort of scribbling. So we've got two eyes and a nose. We need a mouth. Marcus, you got a question?
It looks like a dog's head in a box.
It does, yes. So I'm going to give him a little mouth. And I'll do his tongue hanging out too. So for the tongue, I just draw like a letter U with a little line in it. Now we're up to drawing ears, and we could draw long droopy ears. We could draw pointy ears at the top. We could draw little flopped over ears. Sort of depends on what kind of dog you want to draw. So I'll leave that up to you guys, which ones you draw, whether you draw long floppy ears on the side, pointy ears on the top, floppy ears, bent over ears. I might draw, I don't know what kind of dog. I was going to draw a bulldog, which would have small ears, but this dog looks like it needs to have big pointy ears, almost diamond-shaped ears. Oh, that's cute, Marcus. I like that. It looks a little bit like Bolt, if you've seen that Disney movie. Draw some inside of the ear, maybe some hair. There we go. But other ears you could have done. You could have done sort of floppy ears. Could have done small little, looks a bit more like cat ears, but some dogs have little ears. You could have made the body really long too and turned it into like a sausage dog. They've got floppy ears. That's cool, Emily. I like that. Good job. Okay, so that's cool. Emily's brother, I guess that is. I don't know. Marcus, you got another question? That's nice, Jackson.
You can put the triangle into a chocolate.
A chocolate. Well, it's sort of like a slice of cake or a slice of pizza. So we could do a chocolate cake. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll make it into a chocolate cake. Okay. All right, so everyone got your triangle? Layla, that was a cute dog. So I'm trying to get it this way so I've got some space at the bottom, because what I want to do is bring these lines down and join them. So it's like a rectangle on the side with a triangle on the top. If you've got the space to do that. If you haven't, you can try and redraw it or just move it to the side. Okay, so trying to think. Well, let's have chocolate icing on the top. So maybe it could be cheese. Yeah, actually, just do some holes in it like that. It looks like cheese. Let me rub that out. So if we did chocolate cake, I'm imagining it's like a sponge cake with some chocolate icing, maybe a strawberry on top. So this is the top, this is the side. So maybe a little bit of the icing, chocolate icing dribbling down, drip like that. I don't want to rub out that line completely. I'm just going to do just little bits of that line. So we've got chocolate cake dripping down. Maybe there's 2 layers of cake. So we can do a line here. And this is cake. Do some little dots for texture. And then under that, I'll do some little bulby bits of maybe cream. And then dots in the bottom for the cake again. So it's cake, cream, cake, chocolate, icing. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a strawberry sitting on the top here. So strawberry is sort of almost like egg shaped, I guess, or a love heart, or a teardrop even. So it's big on one end and small on the other. So it almost has a pointy end. And strawberries have little leaves on the top, which usually gets cut off, and then seeds all over it, like that. So how did you all go drawing a piece of chocolate cake? That's cool. Hiteshi, Ilani, can't see yours. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I can see it. It's very faint, Leilani. Looks cool. Oh, nice, Jackson. It's good. Marcus did the cheese as well. Jasper, did you do cheese? It looks like cheese. Yeah. Oh, just moved. Eugene, that's pretty cool. Nice cake. All right. So, we just made some cool things with just some shapes. Layla, that was cool too. So I'm going to move that. Marcus, you got another question? No? Marcus, did you have a question? No. Okay. So we can draw shapes. We just do one shape and sort of expanded on that. So what if we drew a character made up of other shapes? So let's do another circle. That's going to be for the head. And then underneath that, we can draw a smaller circle and then another big circle sort of overlapping. Well, it's probably a bit too big, but it's okay. And then, has everyone done that? Thumbs up if you've done 3 circles. Yep. Okay. All right. So we could join this up. And then erase those lines in the middle. So we've got like a pear-shaped body. And then before we do any face detail, we can draw a circle here for a hand, and we can join that up with a couple of lines to the body. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. It's like a snowman who wants to have a fight. Marcus, what do you got?
Can you do a monster next?
This could be a monster. We could turn it into a monster if you want, or we just draw a completely different monster next time. We'll have time. Okay. You guys again. All right, so we've got a head, a body, arms, hands. So we need some feet. So let's do ovals this time for feet. And join it up with 2 lines for the legs. And now I'll leave this up to you. You could do whatever you want with it. You draw a face on there. You put some clothes on this person. If it is a person, maybe it's an animal. So see what you guys can come up with, because I want you to be creative as well, and don't just copy me all the time. So what do you think? What kind of face do they have? I might, as Marcus said, might turn this into a bit of a monster. Maybe it's got one eye. And some hair sticking out the sides. Big mouth with sharp teeth. Jackson made a snowman having a fight. Nice. Draw little boxing gloves on him. Good. I'm just going to draw some spiky claws on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On there. And maybe he's wearing a bow tie and like a tuxedo or something, or some kind of suit. Formal wear. They can have claws coming out of his feet as well. Layla, is it a snowman as well? Looks like a snowman. You could give him a tail too. Depends on what you're drawing. Maybe it has spikes on his tail, like a dinosaur or a dragon. Okay, that's mine. Marcus, that's cool. I like that. Could have a horn. Maybe some big ears. Okay, who's ready to draw the next one? 1, 2, only 2 people? 3, okay, Marcus. Oh, Eugene, nice. It looks like a Fire King or something. Okay, so let's swap this out. So let's do a monster like Marcus suggested, because that one didn't have to be a monster. What kind of monster? Oh, Jasper, that's cool. I like that. And Eugene, I like yours too. Oh, it's a devil. Nice. I'm going to think, I like werewolves. Should we draw a werewolf? No? Well, why don't you write some monsters you want to draw in the chat? I'll give you a minute to put some answers in on the chat. What kind of monster should we draw? A minotaur? A mermaid? Sonic isn't a monster. He's a hedgehog. Jasper, you wanna what do you have there, Jasper? Jasper?
Sure.
What kind of monster do you want to draw?
I want to draw.
Oh, you want to you draw.
I want to draw a dragon.
A dragon. Okay. So we got Sonic, we got the dragon, the blue devil. Hang on, Joey. Do you want to unmute? And do you want to, what were you saying? Joey, what did you want to draw?
Dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And the bottle. Sorry, Layla? Oh, you've gone. Hang on. You have to unmute again. Now say.
Cupcake.
A cupcake. Okay. All right. I'm just going to write some of these down on my paper here. So we're going to run out of time. I'm not going to have time for all this. Sonic, dragon, Vulnerable Snowman, I can't write Vulnerable, and cupcake. Maybe we could draw a monster eating a cupcake. Marcus, is that your hand up or are you stretching? Are you just stretching, Marcus? Nope. Okay. So first thing, let's draw a really quick Sonic. So Sonic characters, a lot of them have the same structure. So you draw a circular head. Oh, didn't realize how high that was on the screen. Sorry. A circular head. And then you draw the nose coming out like that. And then he's got a little nose on the end. It's a bit like Mickey Mouse. And then over this side, we have his cheek, and you can sort of join them up like that. That's where his mouth is. And now the Sonic has sort of one big eye. He doesn't have separate eyes. So that sort of comes up like this. And then you come down for his eyebrow. And then the other side it goes up and there's his other eye. Like that. So it's like almost he's wearing goggles. And then you can do his pupils. Then you got to draw little ridges above his eyebrows. And then I'm trying to think how many spikes he has on his head. It's got 1, 2, I think 3, because you see him on the other side, he actually has 5. And then for his body, just do a smaller circle. And then draw a section on that because he's got like a patch on his belly. And to save drawing his legs, we can draw him running. So you can draw sort of almost like a jelly bean shape or a cucumber And this is good if it's messy and it's all over the place. You want it to be a bit scribbly, to look blurry, like he's running really fast. So just keep going round and around. Make some of them small and some of them big. So this arm, I'm just going to draw his arm there. So that's his elbow, his shoulder to his elbow to his wrist. And then I'll draw a big circle that I'll turn into his hand in a minute. So on his hand, I'll zoom in a bit closer. I need to draw the back of his glove. And then we'll draw his fist. So there's his thumb. And then we'll do bumps. 1, 2, 3, 4 for his 4 fingers. We'll just put some lines in his glove. I forgot to do spikes on his back. So you can draw a couple spikes and his little tail. And I'm going to draw his other arm coming out, straight out the front. Stretch it out a bit. And draw a circle where I'm going to draw his hand. And then in his hand, I'm going to draw a little cup and turn that into a cupcake for Layla. So Sonic's going to be holding a little cupcake. Put a little cherry on it, put some sprinkles. So then I have to draw his hand. I'm just going to draw his hand open. Jackson, that's pretty cool. I like it. So I'll do the end of his glove and his thumb up the top, so you can't really see his thumb. It's behind the cupcake. And then on the front, that's cool, Jasper. And on the front, I'm going to draw just a curve and then draw his fingers on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 lines makes 4. I'm saying 4 fingers. 3 lines on the hand makes 4 fingers. And then to make it look like he's going fast, you can just draw some speed lines or even some dust cloud up the back. So he's still a cupcake. Or he might not have stolen the cupcake. He's just running with the cupcake. If he stole the cupcake, then he would be a monster, I guess. Eugene, that's awesome. I love that. That's great. Good work. All right, who else has finished their Sonic that I haven't seen yet? Layla, did you draw the cupcake? Oh, nice. It's a very tiny, tiny Sonic. That's great. I can't see yours is upside down. I can see Olaf and Anna and Elsa. Where? I can't see your Sonic there. Oh, it's up there. It's a bit hard to see. Okay, cool. All right, nice, Jasper. All right, so how much time we got? What about 15 minutes? Oh, that's nice, Amy. So let's do a dragon next. Shall we do an Oriental Dragon? So like the long snake body. So let's see, I'm gonna just start off with the shape. I'm just gonna draw like a squiggly line like that. I'm gonna do the head here. And then, so it's just a circle there. And then I'm just gonna thicken up that line, the body line. And as I get towards the tail, I'm gonna make it get thinner and thinner. There we go. So it's like a bit of a snake at the moment. And then I might draw the mouth, sort of thinking in the nose. Where's that gonna go? Maybe if I draw a bit at the top and a bit at the bottom, so it looks like its mouth's open. I'll come back to that. It looks like a beak. A bird. It looks like a swan going. Rah, rah, rah. Like if you get too close to the swan's eggs and it comes after you, or a goose trying to bite you. Chomp, 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 chomp. Okay, then I'm going to draw some legs on it. So start off with a bit of a circle, and then like that. So this is the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, and the hand. And then I'll do one down here as well. The hip to the knee, to the ankle, and the foot. I'll give it 4 legs, but I draw 2 to start off with. So let's go back to the face. So I'm just trying to get a bit closer there. So I'll draw where I want an eye to be. And another one a bit smaller. Now, Jasper, you got a question? If you there's a put hand up button that you can.
Can you draw some flames of a dragon breathing fire?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll do that easy. Okay, so we've got the eyes, we've got the mouth. Let's give it some nostrils, do a couple of bumps at the front there and holes. I'll rub out some of these lines so you don't get too confused. We could give it a hairy face, like a Chinese dragon, I think, has big mane. So, I just did that by doing lines up and back and forth, at different angles. Give it some eyebrows. Have the fur coming up like that. And you can draw reptilian eyes, slit eyes, just round eyes, whatever you want. Give it some texture on its nose. Looks a bit like a crocodile, like that. And then I'm going to draw some teeth. So I'm going to draw big fangs at the top and the bottom. So 2 in the front on the top and 2 in the front at the bottom. and then smaller teeth going all the way back. Same on the bottom, and then on the other side of the bottom, where if his mouth's open. You could draw a forked tongue in there, or just a regular tongue. And then to do fire, like Jasper suggested, I might draw like a big teardrop sort of shape, just very lightly. And then I'll add some sort of flame shapes like that. You just sort of make it up, sort of curling around themselves. Just some little bits coming off. Sorry, leave that on there. And then I'm going to draw the front leg. Once I've done that, so I'm going to pretend that the lines that you've drawn are the bones inside, and then you draw the arm around that. So see how I drew those lines around these bones? And then I'll rub those bones out. So Marcus, that looks a bit like Godzilla. That's good. I could do a little bit of a pattern on here to show the scales. Could give him some hair on his elbow. Now for the hand, I'm just going to rub out just that circle, because I can still see where the circle was. I'm just going to draw some fingers, just simple ones. 1, 2, maybe 3 fingers, and put some claws on the ends. And some more scales. And then even down the back, I'll do some scales. So you continue that down. Oh, we'll draw the other arm in too, but maybe it's sort of just sticking out here. We just draw a silhouette of it. It doesn't have to be too detailed. And then we'll just shade it in very slightly, so it's sort of hidden a bit. Okay, that's what it's sort of looking like now. And then as we move down the leg, we'll do the same thing. So I've got the bones, and I'm going to draw around the bones. And around the foot. And then I'll add 3 toes and claws again. And then rub out the bones and all that inside business. And then I'll finish that off doing a few more scales, add some hair on the end of the tail, scales, and the other leg, I'm just going to sort of copy that shape. 1, 2, 3, and then shade that in. There you go. It's the dragon. And turn it so it's in the shot. There we go. Emily, that's great. That's really cool. I like that. Who else is finished? Layla, where's your dragon? There's so many things on that page, it's hard to see where the dragon is. Up the top. I can see his head. I think his head's darkest bit I can see. Oh, Jackson, that's cool. Nice scales on there too. Wow, Eugene, I like that. Joey, that's cool too. Just wow, nice play. Is that a person? Is he burning a person in front of his flames? He is okay. All right. We don't have very long left. Oh, cool, Amy. I like that. I like the eyes in that one too. But I think we can do our last thing, which was the Vulnerable Snowman. We have a few minutes to do that. So let's see. So a Vulnerable Snowman is a bit like a Bigfoot that lives in the snow. So we could draw, let's go and try and draw some shapes. So that's sort of where I want his head to be there. And then his body, maybe his body just a round thing like that. So that sort of shape. This is where his face is going to be here. And that's his belly. And then we'll give him some, he doesn't have to have really long legs, but legs with big feet, because he's a Bigfoot. He's just a snow Bigfoot. There's 1 foot. There's other foot. He's got big feet. Looks a bit like a, oh, yeah, what are they called? Invaders from Among Us, whatever they're called. It's a bit like an Among Us character. And we'll give him big arm, and that's his hand there. His arm comes up. We'll rub out these lines that we don't need. I'll leave that one in. And let's zoom in on his face for now. Give him some little eyes like that. And maybe we'll give him a little nose. It looks like a little M. And a little smile, because he's a friendly fellow. Chair is very squeaky. So I might make his fur, sort of give him a bit of a beard. Let's make it sort of spiky around his face. Just have it sort of keep coming out. And then as you get around the body, do some little bits sticking out like that. And when it comes to his arms and his legs, we'll make the shaggy bits of his hair hang down over his feet and hands. Draw some fingers sticking out there as well. Draw some little toes in. That's sort of it. To make him look like his hair is white, like it would be if he was living in the snow, you can sort of shade in his skin areas. Usually you see him like with blue skin or something a bit darker. But the fur is usually white. You could have made him an evil one and given him sharp teeth and some angry eyebrows. There we go. We draw a little bit of a background with some snowy mountains. There's a snowy mountain. Maybe some pine trees or Christmas trees. Some snow on them as well. Just to make it look a bit more snowy. You could draw a little snowman, something like that. A bit more wintry. And there we go. So let's see your abominable snowman when you're done. Eugene, that's cool. Oh, got a little snow cave. Looks like he's wearing shoes. Is he wearing sneakers? Because you colored it in. Looks like he's wearing little sneakers. That's funny. Jackson, I can't see yours. It's too close, I think. Pull back. I can see lots of circles. Pull it back, it's too close. I can see his smile, I can see his eyes. Oh, there you go. Yes. Big hand. Is he throwing snowballs around? Yes. Cool. Emily, that's great. I like the little Among Us guys with their eyes popping out. That's funny. Jasper, that's cool. There's lots of red. That's great. All right, we are out of time. That is it for today's lesson. So we'll be doing this again next Tuesday at the same time. We might do some stuff with markers. So if you've got colored pencils or texters, or if you have markers, bring those along for your next lesson with me. Yeah, those highlighters and stuff, Jasper, they'll work. Anything like that that you can make big colored shapes with. We'll draw some, I'll see if we've got some here. We'll draw some shapes and turn them into characters, into creatures, sort of like what we just did with the pencil, but we'll do it with markers. It's sort of a bit more fun. I can't find any here. I don't have anything with me. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing next week. So again, you'll need paper, pencil, eraser, sharpener, and markers. Would be great. Oh, that's cool, Jasper. Nice sun. Is that done with colored pencil? Looks like colored pencil. Parrot. Nice parrot. Nice coloring. Looks, his body looks like an Easter egg. And a cloud. Nice cloud.
Thank you, everyone. That's it for today. Thank you, everyone, for the class. I'm going to unmute everyone. Say goodbye to Mr. Evan.
Bye, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no, how did do a shark out of ice?
That's cool, Jasper.
Bye.